This is the ultimate book video because we are going book shopping. We're dropping books into free little libraries. We are gonna have a cozy autumn like coffee shop day, reading and reading outside. Lots of book hauls and book reviews and just all the bookish things. So I hope you guys subscribe because there's new videos 3 days a week and I hope you guys enjoy. Welcome to my channel, friends. I literally do not need to be book shopping, but we are going to go into Target today to book shop because they have a sale that is like buy two, get one free. And if you guys know me, you guys know I'm always down for a sale. This video is gonna be like really fun because I'm gonna be just reading like new releases, but I also want to add in some like bookish like fun things. This weekend is a hard weekend because we are laying my dad to rest, and I feel like I've been very like open about how this space has been so healing for me, just like reading, talking about books. I feel like if I were to just completely isolate myself and like not have either this community or like some semblance of normalcy, I feel like it would be really, really hard for me to get through like my grief. So reading and this community has been so like just healing for me, and I really enjoy books, obviously. So we're gonna go into Target, see what we can find. I'm really excited for the sale because I've never actually been into any of Target during any of their book sales. So I'm hoping we can find some good books. And I also have some books at home that are in like packages that I'll probably show you guys tomorrow. Just because I just don't want to show you guys today. I want to show you guys tomorrow. I want to like trickle all the book things throughout the weekend to give myself lots of little bits of joy. So we're going to do a little book shopping today. Tomorrow we're going to do a little like book haul unboxing. I think I have like 4 packages to unbox. And then of course we'll be reading in this video. So let's head inside and see what we can find.
I guess I'm lonely, I'm starting to grow old, and I thought my youth would last forever. Take me back to when we were kids and didn't care if we were acting stupid, cause all we had was us. If I close my eyes and think about us, I can see the person I know I should be. Cause honestly, I don't have no time to waste. I'm trying to come back to you because now I see we were meant to be. Where are you now? Heard you live far away, but just tell me where and I'll come see you.
I never ended up showing you guys what I got from Target. We had the visitation on Friday, and then the funeral was yesterday, and so obviously it was really busy. I literally have these eye patches on because I've been crying so much that my face is like so dry. But we've been like doing a lot of reminiscing with like family and stuff, which has been really healing and like relaxing. So we are going to look at what I got from Target, but I also want to show you guys some of the like things that I think have been really helpful that I've gotten from friends. Let me show you guys that first. Obviously you guys know Alex. She got me this really sweet little basket, and I just thought it was like really special of her to get this for me. And then she got this little card. She lost her dad like a few years ago, and like I was at her funeral, and like, you know, I was there for her, and like we've talked about it and stuff. And so she like has just been a really great support to like, I don't know, help me through, I guess, this in the best like way that you can. So yeah, she got me these pajamas, she got these socks, and then this body lotion and this like foaming bath. It's just so nice like having friends who are just like so supportive and loving, and she's like always been that. She like drove from out of town to like drop this off on my porch. She also got me this journal and then some of my favorite sun chips. And then my cousin got me this really sweet candle. It's actually from Yankee Candle. I'm gonna try not to drop it here. I didn't even know that they do this. Like, this is such a neat gift. It's crisp campfire apples. And on the back is a picture of me and my dad. I don't know if I told you guys this, but he like was like in a wheelchair, but before that he was like using a little like walker and wasn't really like able to walk and was mostly just like immobile in a wheelchair. And he worked really hard to like be able to walk me down the aisle. If you guys follow me on Instagram and like TikTok and stuff, you guys have probably seen the video of him like walking me down the aisle. But this is both of us getting super emotional, obviously, as he's like dancing with me at our our wedding reception. So lots of very special gifts from very special people who have just like made my heart feel very warm and made me feel very loved. I also want to thank you guys. You guys have made me feel so loved. I've just gotten so many like messages and stuff from you guys on Instagram and TikTok and here on YouTube, and it just like one of you guys actually was saying today on Instagram that you were like surprised, like in a good way, that I am like still like sharing here, and I just cannot even tell you guys how like this community has been so supportive. It feels like I'm just like being wrapped up in a hug by like all of my closest friends. So I like really feel very grateful for this community, especially right now. And to also be able to talk about something I love. But these bags are getting heavy, so let's get into like what I picked up. I'm gonna show you guys some stuff I picked up yesterday that's not bookish first. Little eye patch is like slowly creeping up into my eyeball. I'm gonna try not to let it do that. I'm actually gonna show you guys the eye patches that I have on my eyes in a second. They're chilled, which is like really nice on my like hot puffy face. But I got this candle. It's black honey vanilla. I got this from Target, obviously. And then I got 2 of these because in the fall, like cozy season, I just love like lighting candles. It's just something about it. And I also got this cedarwood musk candle. That's also another one that smells kind of woody. And then I got 2 of like my favorite things that I like always buy. This is the Way body cream, and it is the St. Bart's smell, and it smells literally like summer, and it like goes on my skin really well. It's not sticky or anything. And I also got the Way leave-in conditioner, which I use all the time on my hair. It is like such a great product. So now let's get into the books. So I only got 1 book for myself, but I got 2 books that I'm going to put into a free little library. And I've actually decided that I'm gonna go to the little libraries today and put the books in because it's Sunday, and I just think it's like a perfect day to do that, because one of the like little libraries I want to put it into is like by a school. So I feel like it would be nice for the kids to like wake up and like go to school and then like see books in the free little library there. But I'm also gonna go to Barnes and see what they have there and maybe get like 3 books. So we'll have a total of, I think we'll have a total of, if I get 3 at Barnes and then I already have 2, and then I have like 2 in the house, I think, that I'm going to put in there between Love Redesigned and what's it called, Fourth Wing. I feel like that's a good amount to put in there. I'm gonna go to 2 little libraries. So the first book that I got, and these are not for me, is The Locked Door. I already own this book, but I haven't read it yet. But they've actually started putting more Freida McFadden books into other bookstores, which I feel like you normally in the past have had to like buy her books online. Like The Housemaid has been in stores, and so I think they're seeing that other people love her books. So I saw The Co-Worker and The Locked Door in there, so I was like, you know what, let me get this and put it in there. Alex, if you guys are following her, she actually shared on Instagram that she read Never Lie, loved it. And she actually loved Never Lie more than The Housemaid. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm telling you, her books are good. But The Housemaid, I think it's good, but I think it's a little overhyped because her other books are better. So I got that, and I think it would be nice to put a thriller in there. And then I also picked up In the Weeds by B.K. Borson. I read Love Light Farms by this author. Wasn't the like biggest fan of the story. I think I rated it like 2 stars. But I really love the writing. There was nothing wrong with the writing. I just think that when you do like a friends to lovers story, they shouldn't already feel like they're in a relationship. It kind of felt like that to me. So I got In the Weeds, and I'm gonna put this into one of the little like free libraries because I just think it would be nice for someone to read something that like looks kind of like fall. And then I also got for myself the inheritance games, because so many of you guys have said that this is such a good series, and I just think it would be really nice to read this because I'm kind of getting into like my fantasy era. I also was talking to my niece last night, and she was like, you have to read the Hunger Games if you are really liking like the dystopian stuff. And I'm like, I don't know, like I just don't know if it's for me. And she's like, honestly, I don't even feel like it's really fantasy because they're just like in a futuristic time. And she's like, everything else is like the same. So I don't know, but this looks really good. On the back it says Avery Gramps, I don't know, has a plan for a better future, survive high school, win a scholarship, and get out. But her luck changes in an instant when billionaire Tobias Hawthorne dies and leaves her virtually his entire fortune. The only catch, Avery must move into his sprawling mansion full of secret passages, riddles, and codes. Unfortunately for Avery Hawthorne, house is only occupied by the family that was just disinherited. This includes the 4 Hawthorne grandsons, dangerous, magnetic boys who grew up with every expectation that one day they would inherit billions. Heir apparent Grayson is convinced that Avery is a con woman and he's determined to take her down, but his brother Jameson views her as their grandfather's last hurrah. A twisted riddle, a puzzle to be solved, caught in a world of wealth and privilege with danger at every turn. Avery will have to play the game herself just to survive. Sounds really good to me. Also, I want to show you guys the eye patches that I have on my eyes right now. These are the ice patches that I have, or the eye patches that I have on my eyes, but they honestly feel like ice patches because they are freezing cold. They literally have like ice on them because they're in my freezer. But I have these, and then I also have these, and in each package there's like 5 of them, which I think is like a really good amount for the price. So I think you guys should pick these up if you're looking for something like to help your puffy eyes. These are from Patchology. I also have a wild amount of book mail, so we are going to show you guys all these books. Like I don't know why I have all these. Actually I do, but a lot of these books are individually packaged because they came from bookshop.com or bookshop.org. I mean, if you're wanting to support like independent bookstores, you can shop with them and like the proceeds go to them versus to like a big box bookstore. So I get a lot of books from them. I buy so many because I like supporting small bookstores. This one, I don't remember this one, where this one's from, but we're gonna open all these together because I don't even remember what I ordered. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this one. Okay, so this is Only for the Holidays by Obiola Bella, and this looks so good. It's a Black Christmas story, or like a Black Christmas romance, and on the back it says, a winter ball, 2 single strangers, the perfect faux manse. City girl Tia is on a break with her boyfriend. The last thing she wants is to spend 2 weeks in the countryside. Country boy Quincy and his family run Say and Hedge Farm. This year they're hosting the town's winter ball. Tia and Quincy don't see eye to eye until they realize they both have something to gain from feeding a relationship. But is their romance only for the holidays, or will real feelings get in the way? An enemies to lovers fake dating romance with the promise of a sweet, happily ever after. Freaking cute. I actually am gonna do a video of Christmas books with like all Black characters, just because I feel like it's very hard to find content that like shares Christmas books with like Black people. So the books are out there. Like I have tons of books, so I'm going to show you guys that just in a specific video. And I already did a video that has like Christmas books with tons of recs of all different types of authors, but I want to make one specifically for like Black characters and Black authors, because it's really important to like see yourself represented in like the books that you read. At least it is for me. This is a new release, and I bought this because I read this book by Amber Smith and loved it. The first book, which was The Way I Used to Be, and this is The Way I Am. It's a sequel to The Way I Used to Be. Just came out. I pretty much buy all of my pre-order books from bookshop.com because whenever they come out, it only takes like a few days to get here. But it's just easier for me to support like small businesses that way. Whenever I know that something is gonna be like on my radar, I can just like buy it on there. So got The Way I Used to Be. This is the story of, I forget what her name is, Eden, and it's about Eden and Josh because they didn't really get a fair shot in the first book. And so this is their story, but it's also her like pretty much learning how to heal. And obviously if you guys have read the first book, it is so sad, and I rated that one. I can't remember what I rated it, but I do remember feeling like I enjoyed it. But the ending to me, I'm like, it's so sad. Like the whole book was sad, so I wish there was a little bit of hope. And so I think that this whole book is supposed to be like the hopeful part of the story that we were looking for. So I cannot wait to read this one. That's definitely gonna be bumped up onto my TBR for sure. Then I got this from Amazon, and ooh, more Christmas books. I got The Mistletoe Motive by Chelsea Lace, and you guys actually told me to order this book. And then I got Set the Record Straight, which is a holiday novella by Hannah Bonham Young. I don't really want to read the whole thing because like literally this is so long. Like this is all what this book is about, but it says, this is from the author of the Bergman Brothers series, and it's a slow burn enemies to lovers holiday romance, perfect for fans of The Hating Game and You've Got Mail. And it's pretty short too. I kind of am like wanting to get more short Christmas books because I read Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey, and I actually forgot to put this in my Christmas video, but I read this book and loved it, like absolutely loved it. I thought it was so cute. I read this last year and it was really short, and I think that's part of the reason why I loved it. It was like 243 pages. So I've been trying to add in a few more like short books, and this one is only 179 pages. So thought it would be cute. And then you can see there's like the bookstore in the front. I just love that. And then I also got another short book, and this is a fake dating childhood friends to lovers bisexual awakening holiday romance. So you guys know I also love to read lots of diverse reads, and so I've been trying to sprinkle in different like queer books and stuff for the holidays because I feel like those are sometimes like not talked about as enough too. So I just like really try to have a lot of diverse recs, and this is one of them. I also have never read anything from Hannah Bonham Young, so maybe this will be the first thing because Next of Kin is on my list for this week, but this is a lot shorter, so who knows, maybe I'll get to this one first. And this one is only 162 pages. It's very short, but the back is like very, very long. I don't want to read the whole thing, so you guys get the gist of like what this is about. Friends to lovers story. I just think that would be really cute. Then another book from bookshop.org. I can always tell when they're from there because they come in this packaging that is so hard to open. Would be perfect if I actually used my box cutter, but you know, here we are not using it again. I picked up Where There Is Smoke, There Is Fire by Monique Fisher. You guys know I'm always on the hunt for diverse recs, like always. And this just looks like a really good story. I've never read anything by this author. It says, when Aaron Smoke Tompkins and Kara Matthews first meet, sparks fly, but Kara isn't looking for love, having just ended things with her boyfriend. Aaron isn't willing to give up, and their occasional casual hookup quickly evolves. After a grave mistake that almost ends their relationship, he decides to fight for Kara. There's no way he's walking away. Aaron may not be the type of man Kara saw herself falling in love with, a tattooed, strong, silent type who's rough around the edges, but he proves himself to be the type of man she needs. Their steadfast commitment to each other gets them through life's rough patches and takes them on a journey they never expected. Where There Is Smoke, There Is Fire is a Black contemporary take on the epic love story. Aaron and Kara's journey is what happens after the happily ever after. Freaking cute. Also the words in this, if you have seen Hannah Bonham Young's books, I think the words in this actually look kind of similar to that. Lots of dialogue. I'm a big like word girl, like how things look, and also white pages, which you guys know I love when books have white pages. I just feel like they're easier to read. Also very floppy. So this is a great book, and I've never actually heard about anyone talk about this book before. I really do my like due diligence and like deep dives to try to find diverse reads and books that a lot of people talk about. So this is a book that I've actually been wanting for a long time, and it's Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. Heard great things about this book. This is her first YA romance, and it's about a girl named Mallory who she kind of takes care of her family, and I think she gets into a chess competition to try like maybe win money to help her family or something like that, but she's really good at chess. And so I've heard that if you like books that have like a romance plot, but also there's like a big subplot of like family and like, you know, just growth and something that like someone is doing outside of the romance, and you should read this. So I'm excited to read it. This is obviously the author who wrote The Love Hypothesis. She's never written YA, so I think that this will be fun to read. I actually put this into a free little library in my last like free little library like book shopping video. So I almost bought it myself, but I was like, you know what, you literally have it coming, so you need to like calm down. And then this last book, I actually know what this one is because I actually ordered it and I bought it in the store because I couldn't help myself. and it is Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. This is the book that I'm actually going to be putting into the free little library. I think Lauren Asher's books are so good. I rated the Dreamland Billionaire series all 4 stars, and now that I think back on it, I think that maybe Terms and Conditions would have been like a little bit of a higher rating, but I was kind of new to rating books. I just started rating on Goodreads literally this year. But I've always been like a big reader, but I just never really like rated. Last year, I rated some stuff on like Instagram. Like if you go to my books highlight, you can see ratings, but I just like wasn't really, I was rating like things like all over the place because I didn't really have like a basis for like what I wanted to rate stuff because I never rated anything. So I don't know. Anyway, I got this book to put into a free little library because I think that it will really spark someone's interest and love of reading. So yeah, let me show you guys the books that I'm already planning on putting in the free library, and then the books, and then we'll go to the bookstore and pick up some books. Actually, no, let's go pick up the books first, and then I'll show you guys everything whenever we get ready to put it into the library.
It's 1 a.m. and I ain't tired. I can stand right here and talk all night if you want. I ain't got no place to be, no one's waiting for me. I won't lie, I'm into you. Got like a million ideas what we could do, cause I'm not gonna let you slip away. I won't waste this. There's something about the way you fix your eyes on me. I can't help myself, fall in love, I go crazy. What you wanna do now? Should we head back to my place? When you give me that smile, I think my heart's turned up the pace. I don't care about what we do if I get to be with you. What you wanna do now? What's to be afraid of when we're young, stupid, and in love? When you talk or listen close, there's just something about your voice. I think that every word you say to me is like poetry. I just want you for my own. It's really easy to tell that you're the best girl I've ever known. I'm not gonna waste this. What you wanna do now? Should we head back to my place? When you give me that smile, I think my heart's turning up the pace. I don't care about what we do if I get to be with you. What you wanna do now? What's to be afraid of when we're young, stupid, and in love?
It's time to show you guys the books that I picked up. I'm sitting right outside of like where a little free library is, and so I'm gonna like walk over there and drop these in to this one, and then I'm gonna go over to the other one that's by the school and drop in some over there. I want to make sure that they're kind of like dispersed, so I don't want them all in the same spot. But I did get some books for myself, but I'm gonna show you guys those books later. The books that I got from Barnes for the free little libraries are books I've already read and I talk about all the time, but they're books that I think that people should also experience. So the books that I got are The Holiday Switch. I've talked about this one before by Tiff Marcello. I think it's a super fun YA Christmas book, and I feel like just because you don't have the money to buy like Christmas books doesn't mean you shouldn't be able to have like the ability to read them. So I wanted to get this and put this in there. I feel like it's just really easy. And then I also got Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan, because I feel like everyone should read this book. It is such a great second chance romance, and it is like a 5 out of 5 star read for me. And another 5 out of 5 star read for me is Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. Pick this one up because it is like literally one of my favorite romances I've ever read. It is a second chance romance, friends to lovers. I guess that's like a theme, like the book type of books that I like, but this was a 5 out of 5 star read for me. I'm going to show you guys the other books that I am giving to the free little libraries. So I showed you guys Love Redesigned, and then I also am going to give away my first edition of Fourth Wing. You guys told me that you thought I should give it to a free little library, and you really encouraged me to like just pretty much not keep both of them. I didn't think I was going to, but just you guys like being so sweet and being like, oh my god, someone's gonna like really enjoy that, and made me really excited to give it away. And then I also have The Locked Door, and I have In the Weeds by BK Borson. I'm going to kind of divide these and put a few in one and a few in another. So let's go put these into the Free Little Library. Before I go drop this in there, I'm taking off this sticker from In the Weeds. I'm also going to take it off of the Freedom McFadden book because no one should be subjected to having stickers on their books, and I feel like if I put these in the libraries, the heat is gonna make these just like stick even more. So we're gonna take these off before we go drop them in to make the books look all clean and nice. All right, there we go. It looks so much better.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment.
You guys can see that this is the library that I put books in last time. It was like 3 weeks ago, and there's literally only 2 books in here, and these are not the books that I put in here. I feel like people just put like books that they literally would never even read. I mean, maybe people read this. She's a very like popular author, but I'm gonna fill this up with books that I think people will actually want to read. Popular books. This is literally a little free library. It's outside of a high school, and I feel like high schoolers want to read good books, so we're gonna put these in here. I kind of want to put some of these front facing though, forthwing, so people can see. Here we go. Close enough, right? And then maybe these down here, make it look a little bit more appealing when you open it up. Looks a little more full at least. Here we go. I'll probably fill this up again next month. Makes me happy. I kind of feel bad that these are, I don't like these like this. So empty. Even with the ones I put in there. Let's do that. Oh, much better. Yay!
Last order. Don't know why I waited for you to come over. I saw you last Monday. Thought you saw me too, across the track in the subway.
We're gonna do a little book review wrap up of some books that I just finished, and then I'm also gonna show you guys the books that I ended up getting from Barnes. I got some good ones for myself, not just for like the free little libraries, but I finished The Inmate by Freedom McFadden, and I also finished Restore Me. I don't think I gave you guys an update of this one. I try to give you guys updates of a lot of the books I read. I literally cannot give you an update for every single book that I read, but I try to, if I'm doing like a vlog or something, give you an update of like at least 1 or 2, because I just read really fast, and I feel like sometimes I can't get around to actually giving the actual update. So I finished Restore Me. I ended up rating this book 2 stars, and I feel like I'm the only person in the entire world who just like wasn't absolutely in love with the storyline. The writing is really good. I really enjoyed the writing, but to me, like the spicy, like smutty scenes were just too much, and I actually enjoy spice, but it has to be done right. Like Kennedy Ryan's books have spice. Love in Other Words, which is a 5 out of 5 star read for me by Christina Lauren, also has spice. Daniel Allen's book has so much spice, but I feel like the plot also has to be like really, really like driving the story, and I feel like the spice in the book almost was driving the story more than the actual plot itself. And I also feel like the connection that the two characters had was based really on like the spicy scenes more than like anything else. I think they went on like 2 dates in this entire, like, how many pages was this? 500 pages of a book. So I do wish that this had a little bit less of that. But I rated it 2 stars, but I'll definitely be reading more from this author in the future. I just think that I need to get a little bit more substance, you know what I mean? And then I also read The Inmate by Frida McFadden, and really enjoyed this book. I rated this one 3.5 out of 5 stars. It wasn't my favorite Frida McFadden story just because the ending, I think the ending of a thriller is really what like pulls the whole book together, and I feel like the ending of this was like really outlandish, and I was just like, I don't know, it wasn't my favorite ending. It could have went in a lot of different ways, but I will say I didn't guess the ending, so I do like when a thriller doesn't like have me guessing the ending, but I'll still recommend it. At 3.5 out of 5 is not a bad rating. I feel like 3 is average, anything below 3 is below average, and then anything above 3 is above average. So these are the 2 books that I finished, and I am just gonna be like probably hopping into more romance because I've read fantasy and thriller and a romance that wasn't my favorite. So now I want to like really read a romance that's just gonna like have me be excited to be back into the romance world. So I was in a romance mood and picked up some romances. I ended up picking up 2 books for myself. And these are also 2 really thick books. Now, the first book that I got is A Not So Meet Cute by Megan Quinn. Now, I've read 2 books by this author. 1 book was a Christmas book and 1 book was not a Christmas book. Now, the book that wasn't a Christmas book, I think I rated 3.5 out of 5 stars. Her books have a lot of spice, like a lot of spice, but her plots are heavy. Like the 1 book that I read had me giggling, had me laughing, and I think what I liked about it was, so it was about a girl, I can't even remember the name of it. Now I need to look it up because I feel like I need to share it with you guys because it is a really good book that I enjoyed, and it's one that I would definitely recommend. Her books I feel like are, I don't know, sometimes overrated, sometimes underrated, but I read Untying the Knot by Megan Quinn, and it's a super thick book, but it's a book about a couple who was like so in love, and then the guy pretty much like lets work get above his marriage, and he ends up just like not really caring about her very much, and so she wants a divorce. So she's like, sign these papers. He's like, I'm not signing these papers, like we are gonna like make this work. And the whole story was pretty much him trying to get back with her, but while he was trying to get back with her, she's like trying to sabotage them. So like they're living together and she's like messing up his stuff, like trying to make him like hate her so that he like wants to divorce her. And so that like had me like laughing. And then they had to go to a wedding together as like a pretty much fake dating because she like wants to get a divorce and she doesn't even want to be with him. But he's like, well, we need to pretend because we're going to my friend's wedding and we're already like married, and like we don't want this to like take away from their wedding day. So it had so much interweaved into the story, and it also had flashbacks of the past when you saw them actually fall in love. So those are the kinds of books that like, if you have a ton of spice, you better have like a ton going on in the plot that actually keeps me engaged. So I picked up A Not So Meet Cute, and this looks really good. It says the quintessential question asked to every couple is, how did you 2 meet? And the answer is usually some bubbly, lovey-dovey tale being struck in the bum by Cupid's arrow. But Lottie Gardner's Meet Cute was a little different. She was trolling a wealthy neighborhood in Beverly Hills, searching for someone to take her as her bride, you know, to make the arch nemesis who just fired her jealous. And billionaire Huxley Kane was conveniently stomping around the block like some sort of gorgeous ogre, mumbling about a business deal gone wrong. That's when they bumped into each other. No sparks, no fireworks, not even the first seed of blossoming love. The next thing Lottie knew, she's scarfing down chips and guac, listening to Huxley lay out his problems, and then he tells her he lied to a crucial client and needs a huge favor, a fake fiance. He's talking living in his mansion together, going on intimate double dates, and pretending they're head over heels in love and engaged. It's ridiculous, but people do ridiculous things when they're desperate, and Lottie and Huxley both reek of desperation, so she strikes up the deal. Except her one mistake might be accidentally falling for the incomparable, insufferable Huxley Kane. And this is in the Kane Brothers series. I hope this is the first one. I don't actually know if it's the first one or not, but I am really excited to read this. Yeah, I think this is the first one. And I've also heard that this was good. Who said that this was good? Some like booktuber that I watch. I literally, what's her name? Steph Bower, is that her last name? She said that this book was good, so I'm excited to read this one. And then I also picked up a book that's a little taboo. I picked up June 1st by Jennifer Hartman. This is literally about Brant, who is a 6-year-old boy. He ends up getting adopted into a family because like his dad makes some kind of choice that like alters his life. So he gets adopted into this other family, and there is a girl in that family who's his adopted sister. So not his real sister, his adopted sister. And he grows up with her, and I think he ends up falling in love with her. So this is literally a love story of like siblings, but not actual siblings because they're adopted, but it's like a forbidden romance because obviously it says that the girl is the only girl that Brant would ever love, but the only girl he could never have. So I don't know, it just looks good. I think the girl's name is June, and it's like a friends to lovers story from age 6 all the way until like adulthood, I'm pretty sure. And this is the author who wrote Still Beating, so she does a lot of dark romances and romances that are kind of like taboo. Don't know if I like this. This could be weird, but it could also not be weird, so we'll see. Having an adopted sibling that you fall in love with is definitely not something that I would ever think someone would write about, but I've been trying to read more romances that aren't just like the typical storyline like that you see in a lot of books, because I feel like sometimes it can get overdone. I just need something to like spice up the reads. So these are the 2 books that I picked up, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed my little book wrap up of the books that I ended up finishing as well. And I will see you guys in the next video. I think the next video is going to be romance recs that are like set in college. So if you guys want more recommendations for like specific books, specific tropes, like second chance romance, friends to lovers trope, all these different tropes, let me know and I will create videos for those. But the next video I think will be college romances, because I feel like reading about college like romances is just like really fun. So see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.